Burnout blows. That's why when doing literally anything that involves art, it's really wise to prioritize efficiency so you don't burn out. This video is essentially a checklist of what not to do in Premiere Pro. If you can get through this whole video without relating to any of these points, there's a good chance that you're a master editor. Alright, let's just get started, shall we? So the first thing is watching videos at regular speed instead of using J and L to speed it up to make your playhead go faster. Next is dragging effects onto your clips instead of just double clicking them. Attempting to resize your clips perfectly to fit the frame instead of just using scale to frame size. Searching for a regular fade effect in your effects panel instead of right clicking and hitting apply default transitions. Attempting to line up your playhead perfectly on your keyframe instead of just clicking this little arrow button here to go to the very next keyframe instantly. Positioning your pictures and videos in the effect controls panel using the position and scale sliders instead of just clicking here and just using motion and clicking and dragging in the program monitor. Attempting to select everything in your timeline by box selecting it instead of just going to the very beginning of your timeline using the A button, which is the track select forward tool, and selecting everything instantly. In the Editing Workspace, keeping your effects panel in the default location tucked away in this little corner over here instead of moving it to a different area and accessing it wherever you need it. Reapplying the same effects that you might be using across multiple projects instead of hiding all of your effects, saving them as a preset, and dragging them onto your clips in future projects. Experimenting with percentages and time durations in the speed/duration menu instead of just going to the rate stretch tool and just quickly dragging it to speed up or slow things down. Some bonus tips. Right-clicking your audio and going to audio gain and adjusting it there, as opposed to just pressing G on your keyboard and just instantly doing it like that. Hiding or muting a track by right-clicking it and going to enable, instead of just clicking on it and just pressing Shift and E on your keyboard. Mousing over to very commonly used Premiere Pro buttons, as opposed to just mapping those to keyboard shortcuts to make it much more smoother and faster. For example, my scale to frame size button, instead of just right clicking and going to the menu, I do Shift and Y to do it instantly. My link selection button is Z. The way you do this is you go to Edit, Keyboard Shortcuts, and you can literally search for any type of button you can press in Premiere Pro and drag it onto any of these buttons and keys here. You can even do Shift, Control, and combinations like that. That way you can just do it a lot faster as opposed to having to search for it or mouse over to it normally. Alright, if you made it to the end of this video and you looked at all these things and you don't relate to any of these things because you don't do that, that's good. It means you're definitely either on your way or already are a master editor. If you did see some things in this video that you currently do, then you probably shouldn't be doing that anymore.